Hello, everyone, and good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you are. Welcome to the 49th International Congress and Exposition on Noise Control Engineering. I'm Won Seok-om at Yonsei University in Seoul, South Korea, and I'll be emceeing the opening ceremony tonight. The InterNoise 2020 is hosted by the Korean Society for Noise and Vibration Engineering on behalf of the International Institute of Noise Control Engineering, also known as IINS. Our theme today, Advances in Noise and Vibration Control Technology. Just to give you a quick heads up on what's in store for you tonight, the opening ceremony includes a series of welcoming remarks, an overview of the e-Congress and its technical program, and a short introduction to IINS. And don't forget that immediately following the opening ceremony is the first of two plenary lectures. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, please join me in welcoming the General Chair of the InterNoise 2020, Dr. Se-myung Wang.
Good evening, everyone. It is my distinct honor to announce the commencement of InterNoise 2020 e-Congress. On behalf of the organizing committee, I cordially extend my welcome to all participants of the InterNoise 2020 e-Congress. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the INS Board of Directors led by Professor Robert Bernard, Professor Patricia Davis, Professor Marian Burgess, and several other colleagues for their invaluable contribution. I would also like to thank Professor Yang-Han Kim for his insightful suggestion and acknowledge the members of the Organizing and Technical Program Committee, session chairs, and authors for their active participation despite the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. As a testament, we had 640 abstracts of submission, 11 sponsors, as well as 21 exhibitors. The Congress will feature 2 plenary lectures and 3 keynote lectures on the topic of advances in noise and vibration control technology. Presentation will be held live to emulate the face-to-face interaction that are integral to keeping our members connected. Once again, thank you for joining us for the InterNoise 2020 e-Congress. I wish you a productive and enjoyable InterNoise 2020 e-Congress Seoul, and truly hope that everyone will have an opportunity to experience Korean culture and food in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to turn over to Dr. Robert Bernard, President of IINS, for his opening remark. He'll be speaking from the United States via Zoom.
I know for many of you it's late evening, and for some of you mid-afternoon. So I'll just say greetings from the International Institute of Noise Control Engineering to all of you. It is the duty of the President of the International Institute of Noise Control Engineering each year to declare the InterNoise Congress open. Just to give you a little bit of an introduction to the International Institute of Noise Control Engineering, we are a society of societies made up of the membership of the Noise and Vibration Control Engineering and Acoustical Societies of many national societies. In addition to our support for the InterNoise Congresses, we have a number of other activities that are intended to disseminate information about noise control engineering around the world and promote international cooperation. You'll hear over the course of the day about our technical activities, about some of our archives, our newsletters, and so forth. We hope that we are providing value to a global community and that you can get access to all of these activities through your local member society. This is my first year as the INT president. I was very much looking forward to being in Seoul to open the Congress and to enjoy the culture and cuisine of Korea. I visited several times before, but I've never been in the Gangnam region, and so I was looking to gain some Gangnam style, but that is not to be. I've known the Korean noise control and engineering community for quite some time. I have great respect for the universities and companies in Korea. I have many friends there, and I was looking forward to joining them at this Congress and participating in a great Congress in Seoul. But of course, it was not to be. The global pandemic and the travel restrictions have forced us to convert this to an e-Congress. First and foremost, on behalf of the International Institute of Noise Control Engineering, I want to express my deep gratitude to the organizing committee and to KSNVE. As all of you know, the pandemic was relatively late arriving. All the organizing that we had undergone for the last 2 or 3 years was actually quite far along. And I think between the time we made the pivot to an e-Congress and the opening of the Congress today has only been about 4 to 5 months. So the organizing committee and KSNVE have done a tremendous job in making this pivot, and we really appreciate all the effort that they've taken to convert the Congress and to make what I think will be a great e-Congress in our first experiment with this. I also wanted to take a little time to thank the authors and presenters who took a bit of a risk themselves. None of us had much experience with an e-Congress, and so to trust that the e-Congress would come off well, that your paper would be viewed and there would be a good Congress where you'd be willing to participate is actually something that we know took some thought and decisions, and we appreciate that you have done that. For all of us, this is going to be an experiment. It's a new format. We'll all be doing our own experiments here. We'll be taking data. We'll be sifting through, looking for information. We'll be trying to learn from all of this. We won't be able to be in person, eat together, network like we normally do, but we're hoping that there will be some advantages to this format style that in fact we can benefit from. I know, for example, I've heard many people say that they're looking forward to the situation where they can see any paper they want to see because they're not restricted by conflicts between two papers being presented at the same time in different sessions. Also, you can work your schedule around your own schedule, your own personal schedule, and watch presentations 24/7 if you prefer to do that instead of watching Netflix or something like that. And we're hoping that you'll take the opportunity to visit the exhibitors. For them, this is a new experience as well, and we're hoping that they can get a chance to get exposure in the way they do at conferences, or maybe even in some ways better than they do at regular Congress exhibitions. So I guess while I'm disappointed we're not there, and I'm going to miss networking with friends and enjoying the traditional Korean style and cuisine, I would have to say that I'm also very pleased to be the first IN's vice president who's been able to open a virtual conference. And I'm hoping that all of you have a good Congress. So with that, it's my pleasure to declare Internoise 2020 open. Thank you very much and have a good conference.
Thank you. This year's InterNoise is hosted by the Korean Society for Noise and Vibration Engineering, the KSNVE. Dr. Moon-kyu Kwak, president of the society, will now give a welcoming remark.
Hello, everybody. 안녕하세요. I'm both pleased and honored to make a congratulatory speech here today. And on behalf of the Korean Society for Noise and Vibration Engineers, I would like to welcome all of the participants to InterNoise 2020 in Seoul, Korea. As you all may know, COVID-19 has impact on every aspect of life, including limitation on gathering for scholastic activities. I am deeply saddened and very sorry that all of you are unable to come to Korea to attend the conference in person. Despite the challenge brought upon us, I couldn't be prouder and more pleased on how hard many have worked in order to make this online conference take place. I am also delighted that 800 participants from more than 40 countries around the world are attending this conference, along with 650 papers being presented online. Once again, I would like to express my deep gratitude and appreciation to the chairs, Secretary General, staff, sponsors, and organizing committee members for displaying their commitment and best efforts in assembling this e-conference. I would like to bring my remarks to a close by expressing once again my sincere wish that this conference will serve as a valuable opportunity to share technical information in the field of noise and vibration engineering. And I would like to wish the best success to this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For those who are regulars at the InterNoise Congress, this gentleman I'm going to introduce next is something of a permanent presence of the Congress over many decades. He has served in a variety of capacity, including the general co-chair of the InterNoise 2015. To prove that, he hasn't faded away since his retirement a couple of years ago, and is in fact ticking stronger than ever. He's going to say a few words of welcome and congrats to you all. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Yang-Han Kim, the honorary chair of this year's InterNoise.
Thank you very much. I don't know whether the honor stands for, but hello everyone watching and listening. This very new opening. We are opening a new gate to the world of e-Congress. This Congress, however, would never be possible without whom have been working so hard. So I would like to use this opportunity to introduce those hard workers. Please come to this stage if I name it. Secretary General Ho-chul Lee, who is the KSMV Secretary General, and Manager Ji-eun Lee, and from POD, I'd like to introduce General Manager Jung-eun Kang, and also Assistant Manager Myung-hwa Seo. Where is she? And lastly, Ji-won Kim. Where is Ji-won Kim? Okay, these are the real muscle and hard workers who made this Congress possible. Please make big applause for them. Thank you very much. I would like to pass all the honorary things related to us to those hard workers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to take a look at the e-Congress itself. The technical chair of the Congress, Dr. Jin-Young Jun, will give us a quick sketch of the technical program.
Hello, I'm Jin-Young Jun, Technical Chair of Internoise 2020. This year's Congress might be special for all of our Internoise colleagues. The global spread of COVID-19 has had a huge impact on Internoise and thus has transformed into an e-Congress format for the first time in its long history. Due to the conversion of Internoise as an e-Congress format, there have been many supporters wishing our success. I would like to express my deep appreciation to area organizers and session organizers. Their effort and devotion led Internoise 2020 to very successful outcomes. As the General Chair mentioned, more than 640 papers from 18 areas was submitted, and most of them provided their pre-recorded videos or poster files for Internoise 2020 e-Congress. I would like to also like to thank the outstanding speakers, especially those who have prepared for our plenary lectures and keynote speeches to share their expertise with us. During the e-Congress period, there will be 2 plenaries and 3 keynotes. Right after this opening ceremony, there will be first plenary under the title of Progress in NVH Technology for Future Mobility by Mr. Jaehyun Kim from Hyundai Motor Group. Tomorrow, a new style of keynote speech starts. It is a talk by dual presenters. There will be a first keynote under the title of Spatial Hearing and Virtual Auditory Display by Professor Bosun Ji from South China University and Professor Michel Vijon from Penn State University. On August 25th, the second keynote about acoustic black hole will be delivered by Professor Wonju John from KAIST and Professor Mikhail Minorov from Andreev Acoustics Institute. On August 26th, there will be a second plenary titled Current Trends in Urban Soundscape Research in the morning, which will be delivered by Professor Catherine Gustavino from McGill University. In the afternoon on the last day, the third keynote under the topic of flow impact sound transmission and control will be delivered by Professor Bernd Zeitler from University of Stuttgart and Dr. Azuo Hiramatsu from Building Research Institute, Japan. As Internoise 2020 converted to an e-Congress, all the presentations, including oral and posters, plan to set uploading pre-recorded videos and PDF files. So you can visit and watch them in the e-presentation page at any time during the e-Congress period. However, some wants to have live presentation, so we received applications from among all paper submitted authors. It became about 110 presenters from 18 areas. It was decided that area organizers to take volunteers as live presentation chairs for smooth process. In this manner, registrants can enjoy more than 470 pre-recorded videos and 130 posters during the e-Congress period, as well as special live presentation listed on the e-Congress website. Technical program streaming service will be open until September 6th, so feel free to enjoy the flood of fruitful information. Please look at the left image. For those who have hard time to get used to e-Congress format, manuals are uploaded in our main website. You can also access to e-Congress page by clicking the e-Congress button. Also, you can click a directing button on the pop-up notice to move to live presentations. You can check the image on the right. Once you move to the e-Congress page, you will be able to find several menus, including all programs on the top, as well as through the shortcut menus below. For example, if you enter into a technical program, you can check the live presentation information as well as Zoom link, which will be open 24 hours before its own schedule. On the e-presentation menu, you can check all pre-recorded videos and posters sorted by areas and sessions. If you like any author's material, you can click the thumbs up button and you will be able to leave a comment to the authors. All information that I mentioned today is in the e-Congress manuals in both main website and e-Congress page. You can freely refer to those. Hope every participant enjoy brand new style of Congress and have fruitful information and knowledge during the e-Congress period. Thank you again for joining us for the Internoise 2020 e-Congress.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Dr. Patricia Davis, currently Vice President of IINS. Dr. Davis will present an overview of IINS technical activities. She's also connecting from the United States via Zoom.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Bob Bernhardt, Marion Burgess, Luigi Maffei, and I have been working with the Seoul Congress organization team over the last year, and we recognize the significant amount of hard work that they've put in during these challenging times. One of the jobs of the Vice President for Technical Activities is to help future Congress technical planners as they move forward. The advisory team are composed of people who've organized and participated in many Internoise congresses, and their thoughts over the years are captured in the Congress planning guidelines. The pandemic has made us look at different formats for congresses, as Bob has mentioned, and we will welcome your input as we embark on planning for congresses of the future. Here I want to emphasize the programs for young professionals, which includes graduate students. There are three main parts to that this year. The Young Professionals Travel Grants Award, the Practice of Noise Control School, and a Young Professional Workshop and Awards. We hope to have similar programs at Internoise 2021, which we hope will be in Washington, DC, and Internoise 2022 in Glasgow. IINS also helps sponsor symposiums aligned with noise control engineering, and people can apply for grants to support that work up to about €5,000. On the slides, there were some details of the school. We normally have the school for about 5 hours on a Sunday with 4 presentations, but this year I wanted to make them time-friendly for people in different time zones. So we split the school up into 3 different sessions, and we've had 2 presentations in the Seoul time zone, in the European time zone, and they've actually already taken place. And we have the 3rd one a little later today. There are many different topics in noise control, and so far the first 2 have been a great success. And I would like to say a big thank you to the people who readily volunteered to actually do the presentations. I didn't have to do much arm twisting. On Monday, tomorrow, there'll be a young professionals workshop where presenters will focus more on professional skills and their importance. So things like writing papers, reviewing papers, and how to prepare for jobs, how to be successful when you start at a company, and things like that. And for that, I had 9 volunteers to help for that, and thank you very much to them. Those sessions will be followed by the awards ceremonies for the travel awards. There were 20 participants this year, and they will be recognized in this ceremony. As noted earlier, we hope to continue these programs for young professionals in the future. On the slideshow, I did have the 20 people who won awards this year. We've been interacting with them in the school. I helped out with some of the reviews and was very impressed by the variety and quality of the research being done by these young professionals. So I hope you will give them a round of applause. And the person who does the organization for the Travel Awards and also helps me out with other parts of the program is Taha Sen, who's a faculty member at Istanbul Technical University, and I certainly couldn't do all of this stuff without him. So thank you, Taha. And thank you to the Seoul Congress organization team, and I hope that everybody listening here and all participants will enjoy a truly great Internoise 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Sorry about a little hiccup at the beginning on my part, but thank you. So this concludes the opening ceremony. Just a quick announcement: the plenary lecture will start in about 3 minutes. So please stick around. You might want to go for a second cup or a glass or whatever refreshment of your choosing, and we'll please be back here. Also, for those who wish to participate in the Q&A for the plenary lecture, please log into Zoom using the link shown below, shown right here. Could you pull up the, yes, thank you. So this is the link that you can connect to the Q&A session. So that's just copy and paste to your web browser and whatnot so that you can link up with us. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Thank you.